Hey guys, welcome. My name is David. I'm coming from my school, Mindful Kung Fu, here in Santa Clarita. Today's video is going to be called You Make Up Your Own Reality. We've all kind of heard a lot now how we are creating our own reality, but I think sometimes this gets a little confusing because sometimes we want something so bad that we believe we are creating, and when it doesn't come, we either get disappointed or we try to force it and control it and jam it into some kind of substance so we can have it in our life. And then all of a sudden we're just ongoing and going, trying to find things that we never find. So what does it mean to create your own reality? Well, from this perspective, we are perceivers. Now, that's really important. We're not conceivers. We're not conceiving everything. The whole idea of I did not create myself is true. So we belong to a bigger structure. And from our perspectives, we are perceivers. Now, what does perceiving mean? Perceiving means we get to decide what meaning to give it. Abraham Hicks would always say that it's like a stick, the positive end, the negative end, and you get to decide every subject or every thing in your life. You get to decide if you're going to see it positively or negatively. And if you see it negatively, you get a negative effect, and that starts moving into your life and building momentum. If you see it positively, then you get a positive effect, and now positively it starts moving in your life with some momentum. Now, the ultimate goal by far is to gain momentum. Momentum is like tires of a car. If you don't gain momentum, then things cannot flow. And if anyone out there is not getting the manifestations or the feelings on a consistent basis, it's simply because of one reason: there's not enough momentum that's flowing. So how do we gain momentum? We recognize everything is neutral. It's neutral. It's neutral, meaning you get to give everything in your life either a positive meaning or a negative meaning. It's the simplest thing in the world. Once we understand that we're the ones creating our life based on which meaning we're given, if we're walking around the world and allowing everybody that comes in their vibrations, positive or negative, and then sticking to them, we're not going to get very far. Because the only way to get momentum going in a positive way is to move in a positive direction, because that's where your inner being is. And now as you tap into your inner being, you're tapping into your desires, you're tapping into your dreams, you're tapping into what it is you've been wanting, and so forth and so on. And now you're getting some momentum going, and now it's going to flow right in towards you. And boy, that feels good. So your joy, your joy, your joy. How can you find more joy in your life? How can you find more joy in the things in your life and to the people in your life? So that's why they become your creations. You are a perceiver. You get to perceive either a positive meaning or a negative meaning. If you get into a habit of perceiving positively, it doesn't mean it has to be straight love. Think about what positive means. It's better, it's good, it's okay, whatever it is for you to get that momentum going. And you'll feel the momentum at the solar plexus. You'll feel it's like a heaviness, it's like a stickiness, it's like an in the moment, it's a presence, You can feel yourself connecting to the world around you, connecting. And as you connect to the world around you, then you can connect to your future, and you can feel that vortex you have built kind of flowing in, or feeling the real reality of it. So the old saying, which I absolutely believe, especially being a teacher, words do not teach. Feeling teaches. You have to feel it. You have to find it on your own enough to feel it. The way to do that is you got to build some momentum. You know what it's like to create the feeling of negativity and then have negative things come into your life that don't seem to work or seem to be out of place. That's the other side of the stick. That builds momentum too. So we could easily build momentum away from who we are, away from our inner being, and then that momentum will ensue as well, and then we'll create that life. But what would it be like to create the positive life? Now we got to get good at putting positive meaning as long as possible in as many things as possible until we start feeling the feeling and the flow from here. Things will start flowing together. That will give you the idea, oh, I can do this. Now that mind always wants to subject some kind of resistance of reality, but reality does not exist. This is the greatest thing to understand. It's literally this moment, you only have one decision. Are you going to see the world in a positive way or a negative way? It's as simple as that. Think about it. If you see something in a positive way and you get momentum going, isn't things going to change? Isn't the body going to feel better? Isn't the money going to flow? Isn't the people going to come? You see? Isn't things going to start succeeding and so forth and so on and flowing? It's positive. It's positive. It's positive. You can feel that. It's going to create a whole new reality. But if you see things in a negative way, that's designed to stop the flow. Things are going to get jammed up. Things are not going to come. They're going to seem to come really slow. You're going to have a lot of mind activity, maybe pain or problems in the body. Two completely different worlds. And each one of us has the opportunity to decide which one to do. Now, there are belief structures and there are certainly definitions that are moving us into a place of negativity more than positivity. But as you say this, and this is the trick, that your inner being, that the bigger part of who you are, only sees positive in every single thing. As you understand that, every single person, every single thing, there's always, always, always a positive way, a positive meaning, then you know it's always there to achieve. If you're not achieving it, then you're not looking hard enough. It's that simple. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find the positive meaning here. I'm going to find what's flowing here. I'm going to find the joy here. I'm going to seek the happiness here. And I'm not going to stop until I find it. And that's the key, because your inner being is guiding you there. It's pulling you in. And yes, there might be certain places in your life that are harder to find positive things. Then start looking at the easier things first until you get some momentum going. The more momentum that you get going of this positive flow, the more first you're just going to feel good. You're going to feel flowing. You're going to feel positive emotion. That positive emotion is an indicator to let you know, guess what? You're moving in the right direction. You are now creating your life more like your inner being is, more like the bigger part of you is, that positive emotion. Now, this is the key. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. We have to let go of that. They're in control of their own perception. We can't allow other people to tell us how to perceive our life. Do you understand? Otherwise, that gets you tripped up every single time. You've got to find a way to let them be. You got to find a way to let them be. Now, how do we do that? Well, some of my clients would say, but Dave, I'm the only one that thinks this way. And then I feel like I can't be around other people because they're always negative. Fair enough. I get that. The switch is tough. But look, think about this. You're never going to help anyone. And I know we all want to be there for our brothers and sisters and help them. You're never going to help them by taking on a negative effect in your life or living through a fear-based system, ever. So you can't match them. If they're living through a fear-based system, if you match their system, you're never going to help them by bringing yourself down, by stepping. I always use the analogy of they're in the hole and you just get in the hole with them and say, okay, I'm going to hang out here because I want to help you. You've got to stay in a positive-based system because then it reflects to them that opportunity to make a choice from their perspective to say, I'm going to see things more positive. You seem to be very joyful. You seem to be happy. I wonder if I can find my joy. I wonder if I can make a decision. It's the silliest thing, but when you recognize that life is just simply a decision that is made over and over and over again. Am I going to choose to allow whatever effect is coming in and see it in a positive way? Am I going to completely let go of any meaning and give it a new meaning and move into the direction of where my inner being already is? Already there. I'm going to find the positive here. I'm going to know that only love is real. And I'm going to find it no matter what. And as far as where anyone else is, I'm going to find that joy. I'm going to align to that positive frequency and then let them know that they have the ability to align to it as well. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's so exciting to know that we have the choice, that you can literally go outside, look at your car that you've been driving for 20 years and decide to see it in a new way. You can look at the people in your life and decide to see them in a new way. You can decide to see them how they want to be seen, not how they're acting, and then treat them as such. You can decide to see your body in a new way. Right now, I'm going to find something positive. I'm going to find something I like about it, and I'm going to focus upon it until I get some momentum going. I'm going to walk around my house and look at the pictures in my house and find something I like about them, find something positive until I get the momentum flowing. I'm going to walk outside and look at the weather And regardless of what it is, doesn't even matter if it's a tornado out there, find something positive, find something moving, find something flowing, and get good at this. And as you get really good at this, you're going to feel the momentum going at the solar plexus. You're going to feel your heart open up, and you're going to understand, wow, I am in control of my life. As you look at your future, find something positive about it. Don't try to strive and effort towards having to be a certain way. If you just get the momentum going, it's just like the tires of a car. You will get to where you're going, but you will get there in a much, much better and more efficient way than you could ever plan from your own physical mind. You are a perceiver, not a conceiver. Let the higher self conceive your life, put it together. All we need to do is perceive. Take the journey, find the positive in it, find the flow in it, find the joy in it, find the passion in it, and connect to that bigger part of who you are. And then what it has for you that it has conceived will move right in towards you. Move in the direction and fulfill the law. Fulfill the law of love. Fulfill the law of joy. What he means by the law is the circle. We've got to move in the direction of perceiving joy or perceiving positive over negative, perceiving love over fear. Sometimes I walk out my life and I say, oh, I feel some disturbance of peace here. How can I see it a new way? I know it must be there. It's absolute. It has to be there. My inner being is seeing it. I'm not. How can I see it more like my inner being? How can I move in a direction of positivity, even if it's just one little step? One begets two, begets three, begets four, like the Tao Te Ching says. How can I move and start getting some momentum flowing? And if you start thinking and thinking, pay attention. Is it pulling my momentum down? I'm not going to go there. I'm going to intentionally stop and move into a place of positivity. And that's what presence is. That's what now is. And let me tell you, it sticks together because law of attraction is real. It sticks. And it can go either way. So I hope this helps you. Keep this in mind. I'm going to walk out my life today and I'm going to look at the things around me and I'm going to do everything I can to find something positive and something I like, no matter what. I'm going to let go of that mind activity even for 5 minutes, and I'm going to get some momentum going until I feel the emotion, the positive emotion, the flow and the joy inside me. And then I'm going to continue going and going and going until I get really good at it. And I'm going to become a master at this. And then I'm going to be the deliberate creator of my life by matching what my inner being already has. And then allow it all to come in. And you will see, you get to decide everything. There is no force out there that is against you. It is your own belief structure. And as you move in this direction, everything will change around you. And then you will know the truth of your being. I hope this helps, guys. As always, please hit the like button if this is tuning into you, if this is calling you, if this is resonating in you. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and share, share alike. And make sure to go out there and be that positive light for everybody so they can decide to make that choice for themselves. As always, my unconditional love and appreciation.